Hey everybody, welcome back to the Convo Couch. I am Fiorella Isabel. I wanted to do a quick reaction video to Nancy Pelosi's interview with Morning Joe. She basically said that she prays that the Republican Party will hijack its party back from the cult that it's turned to, and that we really desperately need a Republican Party that is true for the American people. So let's take a look at what she said.
Be prayerful that somebody will intervene today and say, you just tipped the scale too far. One of my prayers is that the Republicans will take back their party. The country needs a strong Republican Party that's done so much for our country. And to have it be hijacked as a cult at this time is really a sad thing for America.
So Nancy Pelosi, there's so many things wrong with this statement, but one of the things I want to highlight is the fact that she is acting like we have a Democratic Party, like we don't have a Republican Party. Hello, Nancy. We have two Republican parties. We have the neo-fascist, neocon Republican Party, and then we have the Democratic Party, which is the crypto-fascist, and the Republicans. Joe Biden is a Republican. If we look on policy, he votes like a Republican. He has ever for 47 years, for a long time. And these are things that Donald Trump used against him last night when he called out the 1994 crime bill, when he brought up his foreign policy. So it's hilarious to me that in midst of everything that's going on, amidst that the fact that, they're going on vacation again, Congress is, and people haven't gotten anything yet, that she has the audacity to really pretend that this isn't an oligarchy, that this isn't one big aisle. And last night, I think a lot of people bought into the fear-mongering regarding Donald Trump. I don't think Donald Trump is a good president, and I don't dismiss that he is dangerous. But I will say that I think people like Nancy Pelosi fear-monger the hell out of things he says to get people to vote continuously for the Democratic Party. And it's not just Nancy Pelosi, it's the entire establishment that does that. I genuinely don't think they want to win. But, in the midst of everything that's happening in the pandemic, etc., instead of talking about economic issues, policy changes, things that the American people really, really care about right now, she's praying for the Republican Party to get its act together. I mean, it's so out of touch. It's so stupid. It seems like a joke, and last night also felt like a joke. And I think a lot of us, even people who are voting for Biden, I think a lot of them think they're doing the right thing, and that's fine. But there is no right thing when it comes to voting for the lesser of evils, because you're still voting for evil. And what we should be doing is focusing on what's happening right outside our doors in our neighborhoods, and focusing on how to get direct actions and how to do these things, and how to bring about change at a local level, and how to really regain our power. These people aren't going to give you your power back just because you ask nicely. You're going to have to take it back. And if we continue paying so much attention to the electoral politics only every 4 years, we're going to lose every single time, because we aren't working on regaining our power. People need to really realize that voting for Joe Biden isn't going to help you in any way, shape, or form. Nancy Pelosi's remarks and the Democratic establishment's remarks and Joe Biden's remarks last night, where he said, no, I'm not defunding the police. No, I have nothing to do with Bernie Sanders, who's a socialist. No, I'm not going to implement the Green New Deal. That's not part of my plan. All these things he's saying, he's trying to placate to a group of small-minded people that he thinks he has to placate to. He thinks he's got to be in this echo chamber. And instead of going after the progressive wing that could actually help him win, he's going after a small contingent of Republicans, basically. Democratic centrists that are basically Republicans, and that's just not going to work. So to all the people that out of last night got, oh, well, if we had a different moderator, or, oh, well, if, what could Joe Biden do? Donald Trump wouldn't let him talk. It's like, Joe Biden could shut Donald Trump up. That's the thing. We told you this a long time ago. We told you Bernie could beat Trump in a debate and everything, but Joe Biden isn't going to. Joe Biden looks weak, and I think last night cemented that. And I think outside of the Democratic or neo-progressive echo chamber that exists, the vast majority of people saw Biden as weak, and Trump, at the very least, as taking the punches. And I don't think Biden's going to win. I really don't. And I don't have any horse in this race, meaning I really don't care which of them win, because it's a fake election. It's not real. What is real is what's happening out in the streets. But after having traveled to so many different states and having lived in so many different states and having followed the election, the primary, I can honestly say that it's going to be difficult for Joe Biden to win. And I think Trump has made it more difficult on himself by being stupid, but I still think he's going to win, because so many people are not motivated by Joe Biden. And Joe Biden is essentially Trump without all the vulgarity. And you could even argue that point as well. So, yeah, I wanted to say my thoughts on that. And I think Nancy Pelosi needs to go. I think all these Democrats need to go. I don't think there's time for reform. I don't think there's time to talk to them. I think they just gotta go. They're way out of touch, too elitist, and this whole system isn't going to change by us simply changing a moderator or having a different candidate even. Like, I'm looking at things now and I'm like, there's no way. Because even if Bernie won, they would have obstructed his presidency. Of course, it would have been better than what we have now, but we haven't dealt with the core issues of the problem, and we keep trying to give band-aid solutions, and we keep trying to pretend that everything started with Trump when it didn't. And this isn't in defense of Trump, but rather it's in illumination of the facts and the truth, so we can actually go and defeat fascism, because we will never defeat fascism the more distracted we are in this game of politics. And we can blame the moderators all we want, but the moderator isn't going to change the fact that we have two inept, corrupt, horrible candidates as president who should have never been the candidates, and here we are. It doesn't matter, and we need to stop latching on to electoral politics as if it will save us, because it won't.